Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. It doesn't feel like it. I'll get into that in a minute. But you notice, yeah, sometimes it's not as easy to trim a beard as you think it is. Anyway, I'm going to turn the light off here. There's a reason for that. Mostly because I'm driving. Also, because, well, a week ago, we got like 18, 20 inches of snow. And then last night, Christmas Eve, temperature shot up to like 55 degrees and we got like 3 inches of rain. Now, that's not so bad, except for the fact that the temperature dropped like a rock today and it's currently 21 degrees. So I'm anticipating a bit of a slippery road surface beneath my tires. And anybody that's driven on ice or in northeast Pennsylvania knows that it doesn't matter if you have four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, good tires, bad tires, what have you. Ice underneath them, you're going for a ride you don't want to take. So yeah, Merry Christmas. It sure as hell doesn't feel like it. I was talking with the missus last night when I got home from work. We were commenting on how it just didn't feel like Christmas. Now, this is the first year in 5 years that I've had to work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which we're used to that, you know. Before I was in the private sector, when I was in law enforcement, previously, if I had to work on a holiday, I worked on a holiday. Especially given my previous job, I was in a leadership position. A lot of the guys that worked for me had wives and kids, and, you know, more reason than I did to be home on Christmas morning. And if you're going to get in the comment section and say it's a pagan holiday, I get it. There's no historical evidence to say December 25th is when Jesus was born. I get it. It's the spirit of, right? But I was talking to her last night. I was talking to John from Alpha Charlie Concepts this morning about a couple of different things that are going on. But one of the things that I mentioned was that it didn't feel like Christmas. I guess he kind of agreed. He can hit it in the comments below. Hey, PennDOT salt truck, good. Maybe I won't die. He can hit it in the comments below and elaborate on that if he chooses to. But every year, right? Past, I don't know, as long as I can remember watching television, there were certain advertisements that you saw around Christmas time. I think I can count on one hand the number of television commercials that are Christmas related this year. It's almost like it got canceled on us. Imagine that, right? Also the first year in the 12 years my wife and I were together that I bought her something for Christmas and it got eaten in the post office vacuum of death. First time in 12 years I didn't have a gift for my wife on Christmas. So she's sitting home alone with 2 dogs and 4 cats and no gift from me. And here I am talking to you guys. Almost like they planned it that way, right? To ice that cake, to put that shit's-clamation point on everything, some Yahoo detonated a VBIED in Nashville, Tennessee this morning. So far, local, state, and federal law enforcement that's working that case is fairly mum as to who it was. They said they found human remains. The motorhome was rigged with an audio recording or somebody sitting there saying that this was a explosive device, and it gave a 15-minute countdown. And then Kapowie, right? Now, if anybody saw the pictures or video of that, that wasn't some freaking Hubba Bubba in his basement with a pipe bomb and some black powder. That was one hell of a crater, from the way it looked to me on television. That's fairly concerning, that somebody's bringing that kind of firepower to bear to send a message. It also knocked out a comms hub in the area, so there was like no 911 service for 6 hours. Cell service was down, and it boogered up the air traffic control in the area. And that's all that was released that supposedly happened, right? But it's really disconcerting, to say the least, that somebody took it upon themselves to pull off a pro job like that and do it on Christmas morning. Now, I think they said there were like 3 people injured and 1 person died, and that was the remains that they found in the motorhome. And then whatever property damage they're claiming, if they wanted to, they probably could have waited till later in the day and had a much higher body count. I've got 2 big concerns with that. You know, was it Randy Quaid pumping out the septic system of the motorhome into the sewer grate, going, "Shitter's full"? Or did somebody get a hold of some high-grade stuff? And more importantly, who? Well, Nashville PD isn't given the who or the what. They probably don't have the who or the what, or enough of the who or the what that they want to release. Now, I have my suspicions about who will be blamed. There's 2 big candidates for it, and both would be convenient scapegoats to the incoming administration. If it's a couple of other groups that have threatened violence, I suspect it'll be swept under the rug, or it'll just be a lone wolf acting out, as opposed to this is who it was. But you know, I can't just leave it alone. Once I get to the tip of that, once I get to the tip of the plank, sometimes I just have to walk off of it. We're looking at incoming, God help us, an incoming Biden administration. Voldemort 2.0, right? When he was the vice president, the biggest boogeyman we had was ISIS. Now, they tried to blame a lot of that on white nationalists and patriots. So I suspect that until the evidence is incontrovertible otherwise, that's what they will continue to do. Just pick up right where Voldemort 1.0 left off. That being said, it really doesn't matter who did it. I mean, to a degree it does. But for purposes of this conversation, and what I've been saying, foot stomping for almost a year now on this channel, and God knows how long on the one that I took down, that you need to be aware of what's going on around you. Especially at, a time of year like Christmas, let's say, when everybody's in their supposed happy place and we're enjoying the spirit of the season. And, maybe at a lower threat condition because, hey, it's Christmas. Makes me wonder what we're going to be looking at a week from today. Or, a week from midnight last night, because, we all know that's New Year's Eve. And while I suspect New York City will neuter the ball drop and turn it into some virtual event, like they did with the Thanksgiving parade, I'm sure there will be large gatherings in some cities where people decide to ring in the new year. Now, I'll be at work until 10 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Same on New Year's Day in Podunk, Pennsylvania, where, everybody's in bed by 9 o'clock. And I'm okay with that. But there are those of us who share in the same occupation that I do, or might just be out to say, hey, Happy New Year. I'm freaking glad 2020 is over. And be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I urge you, be vigilant of your surroundings, more so than usual, for the next couple of weeks. I don't know if you guys can see that in the video, but my Ring doorbell keeps going off. My wife is taking the dogs out for a pee. I'm sure they are thrilled, considering it's 21 degrees out and everything is frozen. Yeah, a German Shepherd that doesn't like to pee in the snow, and a Belgian Malinois that, he's kind of quirky. I'll just leave it at that. See if she has road rash on her chin when I come home from him. Back to the topic at hand. I had been saying for months that it's only a matter of time before some of these groups start thinking more IRA style as opposed to, Bolsheviks in the street style. While a motorhome bomb, or VBIED for lack of a better term, not exactly something the Irish Republican Army would have pulled off, they might have given you an attaboy for it. But rest assured, it's not going to be an eternity before we know who did this and why. And I would suspect if it was a Muslim terror group like ISIS, they'd have already got up on television and said, yep, we did it. So we can probably scratch that one off the list, which leaves you three possibilities. Well, really four. You could blame it on a Patriot group. Could have been Antifa, could have been BLM. Or it could have just been some sick son of a bitch that got coal in his stocking too many years as a kid. I suspect if it's the last option, they'll try and tie him to something right wing. But only time will tell. Hopefully not too much time goes by before we know the tail of the tape on this one. So anyway, if you guys watch this before midnight or it's still Christmas wherever you are, again, from me to you, Merry Christmas. If you can't get into the whole gift giving, enjoy the spirit of it. Enjoy the spirit of Christmas. Being together with your family and, you know, ones you love and hold close to you. And cherish that time. And that's about all I have for you for tonight. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Share it, subscribe to the channel if you're a closet creeper. Be safe, watch your six. Out for now.